Welcome everybody. June 13th, Rotary Club meeting. Silence your cell phone. Thank you. We're gonna make you president one day. Awesome. Okay, who's my Rotarian of the day? I am. Miss Jola.
All right, you guys, it's my first time, so
Y'all gonna walk me through it.
so
Prayer?
we're gonna pray first. Okay, heads are bowed, eyes are closed, hearts are open. Our Father God, I just want to thank you for this day. Thank you for this fellowship, and thank you for this opportunity. As I stand here today, I just pray for your guidance and the support of everyone in this place today. May we continue to be a shining light to each other and to the world as well. And may we have a great day and a great weekend. Amen.
Amen.
All right.
Pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands. Okay, the four-way test of the things we think, say, or do first is the degree. Second is the prayer of officer. Third, fourth, and then with the
All right. Thank you, Jola. Great job. Great job. All right. You've got the, let's see, guest and raffle. Frederick's not here yet. Does that mean it's you?
No, we could do
Okay.
the one.
Oh, there's Lily.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Don's not here today, so I'm a little disorganized, but let's see, we have a couple guests. Mark would
Sure. My guests today are Cooper Patton and Tom Delecca from Brownhaven Builders, which is really out of mostly North Georgia Mountains area, and they're doing a little reconnaissance. So y'all help them out.
and then of course, we have a
Visiting Rotarian.
Yeah, visiting Rotarians.
Bill Alt with Savannah East, also the district's incoming youth services chair. So they take away my fancy name badge, but I don't have to go to youth program where I go. That's why you have the Rotary Youth Exchange Scholarship flyers on your table. And I'd like to be here. Thank you guys very much.
Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry, I'll do that. Okay, so why don't we? Like I said, I'm a little disorganized today, but why don't we get? We're gonna visiting Rotarian. Got 745-488.
488. Oh, Bill Jones.
All right.
All right, Bill. We're getting close.
Yeah, we're getting close here.
Too close.
Oh.
It's Tamara.
I'm just gonna take it, put it in the art bucket.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Right.
All right.
Thank you, Bill. All right, let's see. Prayer requests. Do we have prayer requests? Keep Halsey in your prayers. He is home now. I haven't personally been able to reach him, but Joy was able to reach him yesterday, and I think he's doing pretty good. Hopes to be back next week. Is that correct? So hopefully Halsey will be back next week. Halsey had hip replacement
Okay.
surgery.
Thank you.
Yeah. And, any other prayer requests? No, okay. Let's see, community events. So, let's see, I don't even know what day it is. It's the 13th, so, the John Marla Arts Exhibit is open, so stop by and see that. There's a concert at, what is the ABBLA? That's at GMC. Okay, leadership. ABBA, is that what how you say it? An ABBA tribute band. Okay, I'm getting educated. All right. I know, sorry.
Showing your age.
Oops.
70s.
I was born in the 70s. All right, ABBA tribute band is gonna be at the New Day USA Center for Leadership at GMC. That is this Saturday? Tomorrow night. Okay, Friday night at 7 p.m. That's good, because then that will not interfere with the gala that is Saturday night. Hopefully we'll have some members of Rotary there. We do have 2 Rotarians who are up for Small Business of the Year. One is Crystal Law, who's currently on a leave of absence, and the other is Kyle Colors with Sachero. So let's wish them luck. Two great nominees. And then Kyle's company, Sacheros, is actually going to cater a board meeting next Tuesday night. So that'll be at my office. So if anyone wants to get a makeup, let me know. And then on Saturday this is kind of going into club news too, but on Saturday is the Juneteenth celebration downtown. I didn't go to it last year, but I looked at the map. They have like 3 streets closed off. They have over 30 vendors. So I think it's going to be a pretty big deal. Did anybody go last year? How was it? It was nice. Okay. And so we sponsored it this year. We do have a table there. I think some folks have signed up with Frederick for that. So what we decided to do at our table is we're gonna hand out this coloring book that I created, and then we're kind of doing something for the kids. We're gonna hand them Rotary cups with bags of dirt, pumpkin, and watermelon seeds. And then if you put this little top on it, it makes like a little greenhouse so they can incubate the seeds. How cool is that? That's cool, right? And then we'll hand out some stickers. So that's what we got going on at our tent Saturday at the Juneteenth celebration downtown. Are there any other events we need to know about? No? Okay. Club news. We'll have club assembly next week for Rotary, and we're going to recap this past year and show all of the projects we did, donations we made. We'll give out perfect attendance awards next week. And so that's what's going on next week. And then the following week, I can't believe it, but the following week is the last the last meeting in June. So my last meeting as president, I'm like, it flew by, y'all. It flew by. So if you ever think you might want to be president, I highly recommend it. It's been a great year. And so we'll be celebrating Tamara. We'll do our board turnover on the following that week. So to help celebrate Tamara, we're going to do happy dollars because Wendell's here.
Tell you something, man. Roll up in there to check my ID, ain't been here so long.
Yeah.
And I apologize. A little business roll, right? I'm sorry I've been busy. That's a good thing though. Bill didn't win over here, but let me remind you something. You always win at Citizens Bank. Okay, I'll tell you that right. Oh, probably, yeah. Yeah, we'll do $100. You put some 2 in for that right there. And then I will tell you also, I've had some candidates and I always do this. You all are so wonderful to come out and support me when you have these candidates. It makes such a difference to them when they see our community out there. And we really appreciate that. I have my good friends at Century Bank, Exchange Bank today, at State Farm. Did I miss anybody? We'll make sure everybody I appreciate you so much, and all my folks here on campus come out too, so thank you so much. For my visitors here, Savannah East, my son and his wife live in Richmond Hill, all that traffic down there, all right, and it's a great place to be, and then I got our folks from up north here thinking about coming here, get all that traffic up north, let me tell you, man, best place to live in the country right here, you love it, so that right now, it's a great place. Hey, I'm gonna give you my happy dollars today, but since the last time I was here, let's see, I'm gonna do a 20 spot on this one, all right? My mom and dad just celebrated their 69th, wait a minute. 69. They turned 9 in August, you know, my mom had a stroke a couple years ago and, talk to them every day, but that is quite a feat. My wife, I'll be 35 this time, so about halfway there, and that is quite a feat, man, that's just awesome when you think about that, that don't happen much. You know what's happening to them, it's crazy, as you all know, if you have elderly parents, they have outlived their friends. And so like their friend group, when they go to church anymore, you know, I go visit with them and you know, they're not, their friend group's gone. And so it's really been, but they're very, very active and still walk every day. That's my happy dollars today. And love to have somebody join me today and show these folks how good of a place we got. Right here, Tamara. And this is also a celebration. Tamara ain't coming, because the next time I come, she's probably the president. I ain't dinner so long.
You know, I'm gonna match the $20.
Yeah,
So 10 of it is for Aaron for being an awesome president this year.
yes.
And then 10 is for Jennifer, my favorite past president, who has inspired me and helped me with so many things. You both are an amazing leadership team.
Oh,
Oh,
thank you.
thank you. Yeah, you're great. You got a great job. And you got a great good job here. Mark, what do you got?
I'm only half as happy.
Yes.
I'm only doing one with my two friends, and these are baseball players.
Yes.
Peach belt, well, one was a peach belt player.
Yes. Correct.
You know, here.
Yes, we're good with that. We're good with that. Yeah.
I'm happy to have them here, and I really do hope that they decide to bring some good home building business to the lake.
We do, yeah, bring it, man. We want you to be here. All right, who are you here? Yeah, what's happening, man?
We got our first grandchild last night.
Oh, tell me how retirement life's going. Dude, going good?
I read it really well.
If I know that. Good. Very glad to have you back today. Who else we got today? Anybody, Jeff? We get you. Anybody over here? We good? All right.
Match your 20.
Man.
10
What?
10 for Aaron for being the most phenomenal vice president. She kept me straight for a year, and
Yes.
she rock and rolled right into this year, completely knocked it out of the park. And also 10 for Tamara, because she's gonna do the same thing.
Yes. Thank you so much.
40 for being late.
Yeah.
20 for being late, but also I'm gonna do another pitch.
Oh,
I got some exciting news.
what you got, man?
First of all, we're doing the surf project this Saturday, with the, association, with Georgia College. They're doing the Juneteenth celebration this Saturday. It's gonna be at 9 o'clock. We're gonna start volunteering, but I got some exciting news, because we're trying to gather up activities and things to hand out. And I actually went and saw Howell at Duckworth Farm Supply, and he actually gave me free seeds, free dirt, free stuff. So if you know Howell, or if you know what that is, please stop by and just say thank you. I think we definitely should send them a card as well, so that's good news. But also last night, where are you at, Greg? Greg Tyson here?
Greg not here today.
He's not here today. Yesterday, I actually went to a Earth Care leadership. I saw you there.
Yep.
I saw you there. That was a great event. That was inspiring. I mean, those kids are very inspiring. So just gonna give $50, $50 for that.
And you all, thank you, Brandon. How about that? Get back to orientation here in just a minute. We got about 300 students in there today. All the students, we're gonna have another just ridiculously large class, awesome. They all got money, they all gonna spend it all the cash. We changed hands 7 times, we'll leave this place, man. So anyway, so yeah, what we got left?
Yeah.
Oh, we get Eric here. Eric, hey, man, okay, hey, I'll wear it, man. I'll wear it, man. I give him a minute. Eric helped me the other day. I got in this pool, man, I had sciatica. I went back and forth with my leg a bunch, had a little rhythm, man, my sciatica got cleared, so he gonna be awesome. I appreciate that. Yeah, we got it.
So, I applied for a master's program at, Georgia Tech. This is a master's program in CS, and what's called machine learning, it's a form of part of, AI stuff. And I just found out last week that I did get, accepted.
You don't know where to go, we don't have it yet. We're going. All right, Seth, you close this out today.
Okay. Wendell and I work for a great boss at Georgia College, but even times, no matter how good your boss is, if you get a text before 8 o'clock, you immediately think something's wrong. But she texted me this morning, to say, please do happy dollar in honor of her husband, Mark,
Oh.
whose birthday it is today. First gentleman of Georgia College. Happy birthday, Mark. Happy birthday, Mark.
And we appreciate it. He's an awesome supporter of our, university and our communities everywhere, really engaging. I'm glad to have you, Chris. What you got? You last one.
I had something else for that.
This is one of those monumental ones, that you can't take away. You stare down for a long time, that turns 70. Trying to figure out how it happened.
Oh, man. Man, let me tell you something. Boy, I tell you, we made a great hit polio today. What we got? Rick Linwood. Yes, sir.
JC, not seeing the paper today. John Jackson, already elected to Georgia State School Board.
Hey.
State position, he's the new current president.
Awesome. Tell me, y'all go back to your club in North Georgia, Savannah, if it's happening better than that, I wanna know. This place is happening, and we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Right.
We made a great hit polio today.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Wendell.
Yeah, thank you. Good job. Thanks, everybody.
All right, thank you so much. Do you want to give an update?
Yeah, real quick.
Okay.
Real quick on, foundation giving for the year so far, by Rotary's, what they have is Rotary.org. We're at 11,966. Our goal is 14,000. We still got a few donations that haven't reached yet. But adding those few in there, we'll be sitting at 12,566. So we're a little less than 1,500 on the way from our goal for the year.
And I'm giving 100.
So if you want to give anything, come see me. I'll be glad to write a check out to the foundation. I'll be glad to take care of it for you. The easiest way, like I said last week, Bill said last week, the easiest way to do it, go online to Rotary.org, my Rotary, do it online. That would be the easiest way to deal with it. But as long as we got everything postmarked by the end of the month, we got till the end of the month to meet that goal. So, and they will count it for this year if it's postmarked on the 30th of this month. So, like I said, if you want to give something, I'll be glad to help you out as much as I can.
Awesome, thank you. Any other updates? No? Yes.
Brent, it's on the school lunch program, it's not when we lunch.
School lunch program?
Yeah, it's on ours.
And what's last part? That we have one more week.
Yes, next week should be the last week that they'll be doing the active packaging. That'll be on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
Only 2 days next week.
Only 2 days?
Because Wednesday's the holiday.
Okay, that's right.
So it'll be Tuesday and Thursday.
Tuesday and
I think
Thursday
that-
next week.
I think that closes out, but I'm gonna get in contact with her here just to see if that was it.
And that's 9 to 1?
That's 9 to 1.
Okay.
Yes. So they get there a little bit early, but I can tell you, I did tally the hours and I said to Eric, there's one discrepancy I need to get with you about, but we're about 22 hours total for the club in terms of volunteer turnout. I heard some people went today and really enjoyed it. So next week, Tuesday and Thursday, those will be the last opportunities to do so. So please come out and try to get, I'm definitely trying to get in one of those things. So.
Thank you. And we did a final count. We collected 69 pairs of eyeglasses. So. All right, Cameron, if you want to, oh, don't forget, there's a flyer on your table about the youth exchange scholarship. So if you have questions about that, see Bill Von Altz, and he'll answer those. And Tamara, if you want to introduce our speaker today.
Aaron. In April, Hartwell Carlson spoke on clean water projects in Africa, what the work involves, and the kinds of partners needed to establish working relationships abroad. As a club, we had questions on how an international project could be funded, so our district foundation chair will speak today on Rotary International's Global Grant Program. Please welcome Hansa Thoda.
Thank you, Tamara. Thank you, President Doreen. What a fun club, man. I like to come back. When I think of Millersville Club, a Rotarian by name, Ed Hall, comes to my mind. He was a true Rotarian. And I had the privilege, to be with him, and his wife Pat, in a program called GRSP. You all know that? We love that program. So I miss him dearly. And of course, your club has consistently, over the years, supported the Rotary Foundation. So I do not have to tell you the story of the foundation itself, right? You know it all. However, today, I will share with you the nuts and bolts of how you go about doing a global grant project. However, a confession, I do not like doing this thing because it is boring. I am known to tell stories about global grants, right, Harshal? Harshal was my assistant governor, and he did a fantastic job. Thank you, Harshal. So I like to tell stories. I do not like to sit behind podium. However, because you have shown keen interest, and this fellow here, Bill, he is a glutton for punishment. He came from Savannah to listen to my talk, this boring presentation about how to do a global grant project.
In fairness, I came from Savannah for y'all as well.
Yeah, that's right. Honestly, what I do, what I've been doing in the past, if you really are motivated and committed and put the sweat that goes into doing a global grant project, in any one of the countries where Rotary International has Rotary clubs, I'm there for you. I will hold your hands, be there with you, guide you all the way. And sometimes I have spent more than 100 hours with one Rotarian to get him or her up to speed. Okay, so do not worry about this boring presentation I will present you. There are many differences. I sent my presentation to Tamara. Yeah, you can have a copy of that and go through the details. If you really want to get involved, please give me a call and I'll walk you through the real nitty-gritty details. Do any one of you have a burning question about global grants? Then I like to talk about it first before I go to this presentation. Any specific question you have? One question that is really you like to know? No? General information? No problem. Okay. Before I go, let me show you some numbers, right? We have our own foundation. This gives some history. So when we talk about global grants, you got the scope of what we're talking about as a district, 6920. Going back to 1985, By the way, 85 is dear to me because that year I served as the first coastal Georgia area polio plus coordinator. Very impressive title. The thing I did not know was, along with the title came a responsibility to raise $120,000 from coastal Georgia clubs as part of $120 million fundraising program by Road International. And we were naive, optimistic and naive to think that with $120 million, we can eradicate polio around the world. How many of you were members back in 85? So you know what I'm talking about. We were so optimistic. In my case, our coastal district, they raised $140,000, 140 new foreheads. Within the United States, we raised $140 million versus $120 million. We raised 120 versus $140 million. So as we wrote in the United States. So we exceeded the dollar goal. Why? Not because I'm a good salesman. In fact, I'm terrible. Do not know how to ask for money. However, when I went to the clubs and talked about the need, the devastation, the harm, the suffering, and some of the Rotarians and the families, some in the iron lung, they said, I want to be part of this effort to eradicate this deadly disease, this dragon virus on this planet Earth. So that's how we started this polio. But how did this polio start about? Reason takes you to the global grants again. One Rotary club like yours, in Philippines, they wanted to tackle this problem in their home country. So they started the club project to start vaccinating kids in 79. Then we went to the district in the entire country. In 1979, Philippines is getting close to eradicating polio from the country through Rotarians. Then by 1985, this became our primary project. So when you think about a global grant project, I want you to be thinking big impact that literally can change lives. So what we have done in our district last 15 years, that I've been involved with, we began to form strategic partnerships with various countries. And the partnership will be formed only after performance is verified. Say, for example, we did a global grant project with the Rotary Club in India, for example. And they make certain commitments to do what they said they will do. And at the end of the project, we work with them, we review it, we write the reports. Rotary Foundation reviews it, accepts it, and says, yes, you have done what you said you will do. That gives us a track record of that club and that district as reliable partners. Then I say, okay, since you have done this project, what else you have want to do? Well, we have, for example, in India, we have 100 schools initially. We gave them school benches because kids were sitting on sand. They said, we have a huge need in our district, in our state. So we began to expand the same project next year and next year. We did that for 7 years. 4. In those 7 years, Indian Rotary clubs, initially like 10 of them, they became 15, 20, 100, 200, at some point, close to 1,000 clubs, not just in one district, multiple districts in the entire state. Before we know it, end of 7 years, in terms of dollars, we did $1 million worth of global grant projects. But in India, Rotarians, their time. And these Rotarians are professionals. In case of school desks, they're created education. Later on, we began to give clean drinking water for the kids. And then those Rotarians involved were in public health and hygiene. Later on, we began to train the teachers about the significance of washing hands, clean hands, etc. Then we said we need to go into the villages in their homes because kids are now learning how to wash hands and clean water. When they go home, they don't have that. So we went to the village homes for 7 years. The impact, right? Think about start please see this impact, how it grows. That's what I'm talking about. End of that program, we more than 1 million kids were touched. 1 million kids. Okay. Quantified and verified with our efforts. And so what happened then? Then the government, state government like in Georgia, right? They said, hey, this is a good thing for us, for politicians, Yeah. And so some Rotarians in India are upset. I said, we did all this work and these politicians want to take credit. I said, no problem. When there is a success, then many people will come to you. Let us take it over. We as Rotarians are the catalysts for change. When we do a project, we achieve results that are significant and have an impact, especially at the global level. And so the state government and the politicians began to take ownership, they began to allocate funds and so on and so forth. Another example, Guatemala. The reason I'm giving the stories is these story is a process, right? Then I'll walk with the nitty-gritty. A lady Rotarian, female Rotarian, Dr. Miriam Ritmar. She's originally from Guatemala. She's an MD physician. And she wanted to do something in her home country, Guatemala. Very highly respected family practitioner in Georgia. She wanted to devote her life to do this. So we began to work with her. Remember I told you some Rotarians have 100 hours up to 100 hours? Each one of those. No problem. Success story. So we decided to train Mayan midwives in jungles. So what is happening in Guatemala? The death, maternal mortality, infant mortality is one of the worst. In South America, it's actually bad. Within that region, Guatemala is even worse. Within Guatemala, these remote areas are the worst possible outcome. So she went there. We trained the midwives to do the vitals for pregnant women. And to do that, we have to fight the existing medical system in Guatemala. Ministry of Health was not happy. Local politicians were not happy. There were so many hurdles. But we overcame. I used to tell Miriam, we are Rotarians. We are problem solvers. And when you are the pioneer, you will have problems. And so she proceeded. To make a long story short, last year in the World Health Organization Geneva, she was invited to present the results of our global health success. And our president Jennifer was there. And she got worldwide recognition. Right? 1 club, 1 place. That is a commitment. That's an impact. In fact, we have done such a good job in Guatemala, now it is extended to Panama. We're still doing it in the 4th year. I can give you another example in Puerto Rico. But like this, again, another Rotarian from St. Simon, Leslie Mattingly, you met Leslie? Her husband, Mac Mattingly, is, US Senator during Reagan time. Back in those days, I knew him to play some tennis and all that. That before he became Senator. So, Mac has an appointment, from US for Reagan actually. After Reagan, as he was, Reagan finished his term, then he gave an appointment to Mac to be US representative in Puerto Rico and something. And so that got him involved with Puerto Rico. So after Hurricane Andrews, Leslie and Mac went to Puerto Rico as part of his official trip. And Leslie came back devastated. She came to me and said, I'm sorry, we got to. If you know Leslie, she is type A. She is type A. Yes, again, we spent countless hours going through the process. We raised $250,000, took more than a year, actually 18 months. Then we finished the project. We taught Puerto Rican farmers how to grow vegetables hydroponic. Because 98% of the food in Puerto Rico is imported. And in fact, the final report was done only last month. See how long it takes to finish it. And that project was recognized as one of the best practice projects within Rotary Global, sphere. Because continuing sustained impact. We have impact in a country through their small country. Most recently, we are doing a global grant projects in Serbia. This is the 4th year. Jam. One of which Jam? Oh, there she is. Our Interact Club. They raised $100, correct? For the project, global grant project in Serbia. As part of a $70,000 project. And when she told me that these are children with some certain disabilities, I was so thankful and joyful that I will have an opportunity to do something with these children. So given their helplessness and whatever they have, they saw an opportunity to create hope. Some other kids in somewhere else. So I told Jan that once the school starts, I will find a way to connect those kids with the kids in Serbia. There's 6-7 hour time difference, and we've got to figure it out where they can see each other on Zoom. And hopefully, these interactors can see the primary school kids using the computers or the equipment we provided them in the class. So the world can be brought together and change lives. So these are some stories. I try to give you an example of one Rotarian taking that kind of a lead and motivation, and I'm here to serve you, work with you. Okay, with that, any questions? Now I'll go back through these boring slides, but they're serious content. One more thing. Some of you are younger Rotarians, you like to learn project management skills with a supervisor who is kind of tough, then it's me. So please take the project and I'll work with you. As you work through this project, you will learn quite a bit about project management and being held accountable. Okay? So that is a professional skill. You can practice and get good at it in a safe environment. Rotary family. Cannot go wrong. Okay. With that, let's pass through. So these are numbers. 10 years, right? The total foundation, we totally our district gave since 85, $10 million. This past 10 years, $2.7 million. And this is how we divide those funds. The annual fund, annual fund is where money comes back to us. Okay? When you give $1, the annual fund. For example, like Paul Harris Fellow, after 3 years, 50% will come back to us. That we divide into global grants and district grants. And so that's what I'm trying to show you here. Here, that annual fund, by and large, we give most of our money to annual, right, to Paul Harris Fellows. Then the polio plus, right, we still have the task to complete. Then the endowment is where, as you plan your wills and estate and trust, you want to have a legacy scholarship, or you want to support a cause as a legacy cause for you, you can donate your estate to the Rotary Foundation and make sure your trust is established, and the returns from that endowment account will be used for the purpose or the cause you designate. For example, a member of our club, Bill Park, in his estate, he donated little over $160,000. This is back in early 80s. And he wanted us to give the scholarship to a kid from Georgia to study masters or graduate school in peace. Okay? Around peace. And he told me, because he's a member of our club, he wanted this, by the way, this scholarship will be for $30,000 for 2-year master's degree. And these are the kids who may never have an opportunity to go study abroad. I'm sorry. These are the kind of kids we want to have. Fortunately, since I'm involved in as a foundation chair and all that, I'm able to fulfill his wishes. And as long as I'm alive, and then as I pass this baton, hopefully whoever follows me will follow Bill's, However, his name lives on forever. It is listed as Gil Park Global Grant Scholarship. Okay. Awarded by the Rotary Club of St. Simon's Island, 920. Okay, hopefully I gave you some stories. How much time I have, Erin? You see, I'm ducking to go to the boring slide.
Yeah, 5 more minutes.
All right, cool. That's perfect. Now I'll walk to the slide. All right, let's see. How do I move this thing? There you go. I think it is frozen. I guess the computer does not want to work. It's not moving. I want to see that here. Yeah. Hey, man, thank you. I don't like it. All right. Okay, these are some more numbers, right? So number of countries, I told you a bunch of stories, right? So this PowerPoint will be with you, Ask Tamara, she can share it with you, or Erin, Okay. You want to see those countries? We got a few more to add to that list. I think now we have this year, is Azerbaijan there? We're just finishing a project in Azerbaijan. So the next year I'll update that slide. Okay. Right. So I told you about the story about the scholarship, that young man with the uniform. That's one of those young men. He's from Augusta. Polio, we talked about that. Then clean water and hygiene, I told you about India. It's called Happy Schools, 1 million kids impacted. So we did clean water projects, not only in India, but Zanzibar, Haiti, Uganda, and Ghana. This is during my tenure with our district. Okay. I've been a Rotarian, since 78. I've been doing these things for a long time, before they were called global grants. Okay. As you could see, each one of the slide you see is one of our areas of focus, right? You all know areas of focus, right? So I'm showing you global grant projects we completed in each one of these areas of focus for the last 20 years. Quick. All right. If you want to join an existing project, you have these 3 projects you can join with a cash contribution from your board. Your club size, I would say $500. pick one of these three, they're ready to be. We are raising the funds now, you can be part of that. I would love to have you at the club support one of the projects in Serbia, because we really have made a huge impact at the country level. And I think those kids have shown us the leadership and the path forward. I would love to see that. So if your incoming board would approve $500, then I would love to get your club involved in the project in Serbia. We have other projects, Uganda and Panama. I told you Panama is Dr. Miriam Richmeyer from Savannah. And again, saving the babies in Uganda, that is from Savannah South Club. I can also offer you one more thing. If you are really interested and you say, Hamza, you talk too many stories, then I'll put you in touch with one of the Rotarians who are actually doing stuff. No problem. They will tell you what a pain it is to work with me. But in fellowship and in service. Right? Now we get into the process, right? So 4 steps to first plan and organize. You have to acquire resources, then you got to do the project, and then to evaluate and not only that, then you got to promote it. For example, Puerto Rico project, 4 years ago, we just finishing it. So it is not you do something 6 months and go away. That's why you work with me, you're stuck with me. For good or bad. But when you are done, we make an impact. All right, that's fun. Okay. Now comes the steps. Bill here is an engineer guy, so he understands all this stuff. There are a whole bunch of steps, right? Just like we teach kids in school, right? So I hate to go through this, but we'll go through it real quick, right? So you got to leverage your district's expertise. Hey, how about that? It's me right now. But I'm putting together a whole bunch of Rotarians, so who could take my place? Okay? So that's why in Savannah, we did the training with other Rotarians, not me. I was in the audience. Okay. Align. Your project must align with the area of focus. I showed you those pictures. Though they're looking fun, those are the areas of focus. Okay. Then you learn about obviously you get help, to design and plan, and I have some resources for you. Then learn about the global grant process. That's what I'm going to show you right now. Identify international partners. We need a Rotary Club in other countries that will own the project, take ownership. One thing we no longer do is we go from the United States to some small town in Africa somewhere, say, we want to help you. We want to solve your problem. It doesn't work anymore. We tried that. We tried that for many, many years. We go do some stuff. It is our stuff. 6 months later, we go back, nothing is gone. Because there is no ownership. It's not sustained. So we demand and require the local Rotary Club fully own it. Every one of these projects, I told you, Guatemala, Panama, Puerto Rico, Uganda, our Rotarians that stayed with me for 3 years, they had multiple visits, personal visits to those countries, building relationships with the local Rotary clubs and their contacts. Okay. Secure funding, international partners. This is where Rotary International, I have some links on the PowerPoint. Okay. For example, you want to do a WASH project, this is water sanitation in, say, Uganda. There is a group called WASH, Rotary Action Group, Water, Sanitation and Hygiene. So you become a member of the WASH Action Group, and you start getting access to all kinds of projects all over the world. Okay. Or you can call me and say, Hamza, what is it you are cooking? Or what is the recipe for the next couple of months? Right? We got a few more projects in the, I call it pipeline. Right? These 3 projects are ready for funding. We got a bunch of the projects, we're still talking. Sometimes it takes 6 to 9 months for us to finish talking and define the project, exactly what it is. And once we figure what it is, then we have to say, what are the needs this project is fulfilling, right? Needs. You need to do the analysis back in the community in Africa, if it is Uganda, the village. So to do that, we need local Rotarians in the club, take full ownership. Yeah.
If you use one of the Rotary matching websites, right, like matchinggrants.org, they already have well-defined projects with international partners.
Yeah.
Sort of the first half of that process is done for us, right? Most of them are at the needing funding, secure funding
Right.
phase. Do you have any anecdotal evidence? How long does a project tend to sit at secure funding? How long does it take to raise that?
It is dependent. I think when I sent Erin the project from Uganda, right, 200 some odd $1,000, that sat there in that place for almost 12 months.
Yeah.
That's so huge. They had like 100 some odd Rotary.
And then it would be interesting to know if there are, we've got Rotary International help, we've got districts, we've got individual clubs. Are there tips and tricks to raising that money, right? You see a project that says, I need $200,000. We're not gonna get that by passing the hat, right? What are the tips and tricks to doing that?
So each project is very specific to the country and to the club.
Okay.
For example, in India, because I've been working with the Rotarians, they really got good at it. 2/3 of the money, I expect them to contribute from India. When we started, it was not like that. Okay. Extreme this side, Africa. I really do not expect much from them. Even $100, I'll take it. Rest of it, we have to raise. So the project Savannah South, I showed you, the neonatal. And Jerry Thomas, he is one of the speakers, the training. He is now stuck as to how do we gave the money, right? Our district gave $15,000 DDF. Rotary Foundation matches 80%. So to get go, we got him started $27,000 in the bank. His project is like 60,000 something. But he has to now raise the rest of it. Make sense?
It does. And so you can do it in phases then. You can do some initial fundraising to get them started and then.
No. When you complete the application, you need to have a full budget, full funding approved, everything laid out, just like any other construction project or engineering project. Everything has to be nailed down to the nth degree, details. But that application can sit there as a draft as long as you're working on it. If there's no activity in that draft application for I think 18 months, Rotary International will delete it. You got to start all over. But if you cannot make progress for 18 months, I say it's dead anyway. How are we doing on time, Erin?
We're 5 minutes over.
Okay. All right, you guys want to stay over a few more minutes? All right. No, okay. This is one of my last lines. I knew I can get it done. So these are some resources, right? So promoting your project, planning your project, finding partners. So you can click. Unfortunately, if the link didn't work, go to Rotary Foundation and then you will find these links. Okay? Go to the Rotary Foundation Learning Center, write those descriptors and you get those links. All right. So if you do all these, you'll be so smart, you can teach me. All right, now we know, I drill down into more details, okay? These are some ideas for acquiring resources. These are some stuffs about implementing your project. These are some stuff about evaluating and performing. And I give you more resources. By the time you master these, you'll be like a master's degree in project management. Okay? And thank you. Thank you for having me and God bless you.
All right, thank you all. If you have questions, I'm sure he'll be glad to answer them after the meeting, and we're adjourned.
Oh, right. You guys.
Thank you. I appreciate That's right. I'll get both. That's one thing about it. Being in the stuff. Probably mistakes. So, yeah. And to do it, I mean, you know. No, I'm not saying get rid of it. I'm just saying. Perfect. That would be perfect. It's such. It's hard to go I know. Just like, I don't know for anybody on the back. I know, yeah, I just know I'm in the rural south. That would be worse. That would be worse. I'm just saying. Just throw it out there for what it's worth, and I'll leave y'all.